Aloha everyone, my name is Brooke Hemingway. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I am also a registered nurse. I worked for 10 years in the ICU, and I also have my degree in kinesiology, which is exercise science. I just wanted to come to you today and talk a little bit about your digestive system. And your digestive system starts anywhere from your mouth out through the other end. And today we're going to talk about your gut garden. And when I talk about your gut garden, what I mean is all of those bacteria and funguses and all those organisms that live inside of you from your mouth out the other end. And we're going to talk about how to have a healthy gut garden. First of all, before I start, I just want to say that these are my own personal opinions. This is from my own personal research, and Plexus does not claim to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure any disease. This is simply research that I have done. And so many of you tuning in are familiar with the digestive system and how important it is to have balance in your gut. The majority of us in this country and in most developed nations are kind of flip-flopped. We want to have about 80% good organisms in our digestive system and 20% that are not so good in our digestive system. But unfortunately, because of our way of life, our diet, the stresses we have, the toxins we're exposed to, the lack of sleep, environmental factors, what we put into our body, all of these things affect the balance in our gut garden. So when you think about your garden, I want you to think about how a garden should be rich in variety. Lots of different fruits and vegetables, maybe different flowers, and think of creating a beautiful garden with a wide variety of flora. That's what we want in our gut, but we don't want a lot of weeds. We don't want a lot of bad stuff in our digestive system. When we start having too much of the bad organisms, we can possibly end up in a situation where we have gut dysbiosis. So I'm not going to go over all of that, but you can do a little bit of research on gut dysbiosis by just looking it up, finding some resources, reading about it, and all of the things that can happen from your mental health to your physical health to your energy level to your ability to concentrate to other health conditions out there. So I encourage you to do a little bit of research on that. But today I'm going to talk about weeding out our gut garden, seeding our gut garden, feeding our gut garden, and protecting our gut garden. And I'm specifically going to talk about 5 fundamental products that help with that. And I'm going to start out with weeding our garden. And so in your digestive system, like I said, you have a lot of organisms, some that are friendly to your body and very important and helpful, and others that are harmful, especially if found in large amounts. Now, we all have some bad bacteria in our body, and we need to have a certain amount, but we don't want to have an overabundance of that. And so just like a garden, if you had a garden outside, you would need to be constantly weeding that garden, getting rid of the bad organisms, and keeping that soil nice and healthy so that the good plants and the good seeds could grow. And that's the same concept with our triplex combination, our Vital Biome, and our X Factor Plus. So when we are looking at some of these products, I'll talk about these first 2 products, ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. ProBio 5 and BioCleanse are like our weeding agents. They help to weed the garden of the excess of bad organisms and move them out of the body, because that is the very first fundamental step that you have to do. ProBio 5 is unique because it is a probiotic. However, it's not a really strong probiotic, meaning it doesn't have millions and millions and millions of CFUs in it. Instead, the thing that makes it really unique is the digestive enzyme blend. And this digestive enzyme blend has specific enzymes that are going to help to break down these bad organisms that can cause a host of problems inside of your body. And so this helps to break down the bad organisms and basically kill them. And that's part of weeding your garden of the bad stuff. BioCleanse comes along then, and it helps to support your body's natural detoxification processes. So if you're not pooping 1 to 3 times a day, you have an issue with detoxifying. You need to be pooping 1 to 3 times a day. It's our gastrocolic reflex, right? We eat, our food digests, all that old matter, fecal matter that's inside of us, it should start moving on. We should be pooping 1 to 3 times a day. And so when you're killing off these bad organisms, you want to move them out of your body on a regular basis so that you can feel good and so that your garden is clean and ready to take on all that good bacteria that you're going to feed it. So BioCleanse is going to help to support that detoxification and move the waste out of your body. It's also going to help to oxygenate your body, which is wonderful for your immune system and also energy and collagen production and all of that kind of stuff. So these two are fundamental for weeding your garden. You can put all the good probiotics and all the good stuff, vitamins and minerals and all this great stuff into your body, but if you have a film of bad bacteria in your digestive system, which is where you absorb your nutrients, you're never going to have as good of nutrient absorption as you would if you are weeding your garden. Now, a lot of people think, okay, well, I'm just going to take this, cleanse and this probiotic just to get rid of the stuff, and then I'll be good, and then I'm cleaned out. Well, that's not the case. Just like a regular vegetable garden outside, you always have to be constantly weeding that because you are always exposed to things that can throw the balance off inside of your body, whether you're on over-the-counter or prescription medications, from birth control to antibiotics to allergy medication. Whether you eat sugar, of the 600,000 foods that are manufactured in the United States, 72% have added sugar in them. And most of us do not know that. And so we, by and large, are eating more sugar than we need, and the bad organisms love sugar. And so we're exposed to that. We're exposed to toxins, chemicals, pesticides. We have a lot of stress in our life, and these things all throw the balance off. And so we constantly have to be weeding our garden to keep it healthy, weeding our gut garden. So once we've taken care of weeding the garden, we want to then put really good beneficial strains of bacteria into the digestive system. And of course, ProBio 5 is going to give you 4 very beneficial strains plus 1 great good yeast, because there is such thing as good yeast, and that's Saccharomyces boulardii. It's going to give you that. But seeding your garden is really done by our Vital Biome. So Vital Biome has 20 billion CFUs compared to 2 billion CFUs. So this has 20 billion, a lot more, and it has 7 strains of beneficial bacteria and 1 beneficial yeast, which again is the Saccharomyces boulardii. So this particular probiotic is very strong because it has a lot of CFUs, so a higher number, right, of the organisms, and then a greater variety. And these particular strains of bacteria are clinically shown to improve feelings of stress, anxiety, mood issues, digestive issues such as bloating, constipation, diarrhea, gas, any of those digestive issues that we are so plagued with in our modern day life. And so this is an excellent probiotic that should be added on top of ProBio 5 for additional benefits. So again, this one is weeding the garden and keeping it clean and healthy. And this one is laying down all of that good seed into your garden. And the more good bacteria you have, the happier your gut's going to be, the happier your mind and your body are going to be. So that's Vital Biome. So once we've laid down that seed and we've got rid of that bad stuff, we need to fertilize our garden. If you have a garden outside, you have to fertilize it, right? And so it's the same thing with your digestive system. So that's where Slim comes in. Now, Slim has a lot of different functions. Of course, we know that it's amazing for helping with cravings, for helping with appetite. It is a blood sugar balancer. But the amazing thing about Slim now that we have is it has prebiotics. So prebiotics are different than probiotics. Prebiotics feed your digestive system. They feed the good organisms in your gut. Now, there are all kinds of prebiotics out there, but this particular prebiotic, xylo-oligosaccharide, or XOS, because we don't want you to be tongue-tied, XOS is a prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. So yay, that's what we want. We want to be feeding those good guys that are contributing to our health. And so we have added this prebiotic to Slim, so you not only get those great benefits with sustained blood sugar, energy, less cravings, better controlled appetite, all of those other great benefits you get in Slim, but you are also getting that fertilizing effect for these good bacteria that you have put into your gut. And so it's going to further crowd out the bad stuff and help to perpetuate the good bacteria. So really important stuff here in Slim. So we've weeded the garden, we've seeded the garden, we're feeding the garden, and now we want to protect the garden. And that's the last step. And that's where X Factor Plus comes in. So X Factor Plus is your complete multi-mineral multivitamin. It has over 50 trace minerals, tons and tons of vitamins. It's fully methylated. So that means it's in the vitamin form that your body can more easily utilize. It's not in the synthetic form. It also has a special patented aloe blend, and aloe increases the absorption of the vitamins and minerals by 300 to 400%. So you're going to get fabulous absorption of the vitamins, as well as all these trace minerals, New Zealand blackcurrant, all these vitamins that you need in your body. And guess where you absorb your vitamins and minerals? In your digestive system. So we've gotten our gut healthier, then we're taking this into our body with aloe in it. We're going to have superior absorption because it's fully methylated and it has the aloe in it. But the other cool thing that has been added to X Factor Plus is the addition of polyphenols. So polyphenols are naturally occurring compounds that are found in plants. So again, plant-based, found in plants. What polyphenols do is they help to increase the good bacteria and decrease the bad bacteria as well. So it's just another layer of gut protection. You know, this is a great addition to your overall gut health healing plan. And I always see that people that start on this particular set of supplements do better, because no matter what you're struggling with, whether it's energy, weight, mood, health conditions that you've had, you have to get to the root of the issue. And the root is typically involves your digestive system. It's often called the second brain. It's where we absorb our nutrients. It's where we make some of our hormones, and where we make some of our vitamins. And so it's incredibly important to have a healthy microbiome. And I just wanted to show you how all of these things fit together. These are all things that I have taken. The Vital Biome is newer, and Slim is newer. And so these are newer to my regime, but these are all things that I take on a daily basis, and it has truly improved my health. So again, we want to weed our garden with ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. We want to then lay down that amazing good seed in our garden so we can have a beautiful, varied garden of good strains of bacteria in our gut. We want to fertilize that gut with the prebiotics found in Slim, and then also get those amazing blood sugar balancing effects. And then we want to further protect the gut and be able to actually absorb our nutrients really well. And that's where X Factor comes in. So weed, seed, feed, and protect. And that is what this is all about. Have a great day.